welcome to another episode of Golden Nuggets Tea and Tales, powered by Husby, served today by Majida Housni. Majida, what's the biggest lesson another agent or colleague has taught you in your real estate career?
Yeah, that's a very good one. When I first started in this career, I was not in the real estate. I got into real estate by having my clients listing that wanted to sell then.
So you had a concierge company, or you have a concierge company, and those clients will give you also,
That's how I got to real estate. Yeah. My client asked if I could help him. It was with another friend of mine, and he asked if I could help him sell his unit that's been in the market for like over a year. With one of the companies, and I had a friend of a friend that I thought, we were friends. We became friends, and then I asked her to schedule a meeting with the CEO of their company to go and sell the lead, and just say, I moved back here. I was still, back and forth between Miami and Dubai.
But just trying to make a referral fee or something.
Yes, because of my concierge, I could refer people. Yeah. And I asked if I could do that, and then we had a very long meeting, like an hour and a half meeting
with the CEO.
With the CEO, and I left becoming a real estate agent. And
so that meeting actually inspired you to get into real estate full time.
Yeah, I wouldn't say so. I learned never say never because. If you ask me when I was in Miami, you tell me a real estate agent, I'm like, no, I'm an entrepreneur. I've been my own boss since I was 18. I'm not going to work, especially not a real estate agent. But when he ran the numbers, let's put it that way, I'm a businesswoman, he ran the number. He's like, if you work with us, this is how much you make, and if you give us the lead, how much you make.
So even in that meeting, he was trying to get you to join them.
Yeah,
okay.
So that's how I got into the real estate. And I had a $10 million listing, 4-bedroom, $10 million. It was not something big, but the number. And then he saw my potential, I guess, and I was very hesitant, and I was like, in Miami, every other person is a real estate agent, and we have that bias.
Yeah.
When you talk to people, you don't want to be, you don't want to sound like salesy, and you don't want to be a real estate agent. I even thought that I'm not good at sales. Like, I don't want to be a salesperson. Now I know everybody's a sales person, and so I became a real estate agent with them. I didn't have my license. It takes time to get the paperwork done. And they had to put my listing under the friend that brought me to the company. And I was totally fine with that. It was under the chairman. They changed it under her name. And then I remember she called me and she said, I do have a client for your listing. And we're going to do a top-up. We're going to put 4 million. Your listing is,
Explain what a top-up is.
We're going to add more money on the price. And I go like, that's not my client. Whatever you want to do with your client, I have the seller. Do whatever you want to do. I'll talk to my seller, and it's on you with your buyer. And then I go to the viewing, and there was another agent involved. Again, it's none of my business. I'm here to do the viewing for my client. And the client that was with the other agent said, well, can I go and see it alone with my agent? And in the beginning, I was like, no, like, why, what do you mean? And after, I was like, whatever, go see it alone. If the agent is okay with it, she's not my client. And then she comes back, and she left. It was something weird. And I asked the agent, like, do you know this client? Like, have you worked with her? He's like, oh, yeah, I've known her for a couple of years. She's been my client. Again, I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm asking questions. It also was my maybe second viewing. And I asked the agent that's supposed to be the friend and how you guys know each other.
Right.
And he goes, from Property Finder. And she goes, no. And I was like, what do you mean? So she's supposed to send the lead from Property Finder to me. That's it. Like, not tell me she's got a client. So she made a whole story.
Right. Yeah. So she's basically pretended that she had this connection with another agent. They have a client, but actually it was a lead that should have come straight to you that she's bypassed, right?
Yeah, and then it taught me a big lesson. I couldn't get over it. I'm like, how dare you? How people can do that? And I was
It's like stealing off your plate. Yeah.
yeah, and I was like, I would have appreciated if this person came to me and said, hey, I want to work with you in this listing. I want to make money with you.
Yeah.
I know I can get client. It's not $1 million, it's $10 million. And I want to work with you. And I would have totally appreciated that and worked with her. But being sneaky like that, it taught me a lesson. And I would go prior to that in the company and tell people, give them my listings, give them the apartment number.
Yeah.
And even the CEO would say, don't do that. I still do it till now. But we have a different environment now.
So what's the lesson?
The lesson is just I don't want to say don't trust people. Let's agree this industry is not an easy industry. It's could be very dirty, nasty. However, there are good people in the market.
A lot of good people.
A lot of good people, because I've worked with, I don't want to be negative, I've worked with some great people. But be careful. Be careful who you trust. Be careful who you bring your client around. Be careful just how, move differently in this industry, or with more of a care. Yeah.
Okay.
But still trust people. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.